I know I said I do like many different ideas for the next video essay. And then I thought to myself, you know what's a cinematic masterpiece? Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Flopbuster Movie Show YouTube channel. I'm Tony, the co-host of the Flopbuster Movie Show, and today we're covering something new in this video essay. We're talking about Scooby-Doo. Now, many of you don't know this, but I am a huge Hanna-Barbera fan. I love Scooby-Doo, the Flintstones, the Jetsons. I even loved the DC Comics revamp of these characters that they did with many different writers taking over and doing really cool spins on the characters. But I fucking love Scooby-Doo. I had so many Scooby-Doo birthday parties as a kid. My parents got tired of it, really tired of it. I had a problem. It was an addiction. And it didn't help that at the time they were putting out these James Gunn written movies with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar. I mean, I loved Sarah Michelle Gellar as a kid. I had the biggest crush on her. And the film also was just superbly cast with everybody that was in there. Not the best films or the best interpretations of the character, but they really did, I think, a solid job with what they had at that time. But I'm not talking about those live-action movies, because no, they are not perfect. But you know what movie is perfect? Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island is as good as you get when it comes to nailing the Scooby-Doo character. And I feel like most interpretations of the character pale in comparisons. It's like they all live in the shadow of this movie. All 100 and whatever titles of animated features that he has. He has a ton of animated movies. But let's talk about it, because Scooby had a whole revamp in the 90s. The reruns of the show were playing on TV all the time. As a kid, it was something that was always playing Saturday mornings, whether it was that 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, Pup Named Scooby-Doo. They were all playing on the Cartoon Network Saturday morning block. And I think Warner caught on to this too, because kids were suddenly very interested in the character again. So they went ahead and they did what most studios do. They said, let's make some goddamn money off of this shit. So this is what they did. They revamped it with 4 movies in a row. Zombie Island, The Witch's Ghost, The Alien Invaders, and Cyber Chase. All 4 of these are really damn good, and they also have the same creative teams involved. And you're probably wondering, what makes these all so special that the rest kind of just falter and they kind of just like crumble in comparison to these movies? Now, I will say, The Witch's Ghost did have some issues behind the scenes. Warner was heavily involved in the creative process because they saw those numbers come in on Zombie Island, and the money was sweet. Like, it made a killing on VHS. On video, it was doing so good. It was making business. So they said, let me jump in there. Let's jump in there, throw a couple of our guys in there, tone down the violence, the scares, you know, make it less good. And the creators were just like not having it at all. So there was some great drama behind there, and maybe we'll cover that at a later episode when we talk about the Hex Girls and all that there is with The Witch's Ghost. Now, we can't talk about Zombie Island without talking about Mook Animation. Mook Animation Studios, they were based out of Japan, and they've worked on a ton of things. They did X-Men Evolution, one of my favorite childhood TV shows. So they really had a grasp on how to make this all look, and the spooky design, all of it. So Mook Animation was commissioned to do all 4 of these movies, and they are a cut above when it comes to all these animation straight-to-DVD Scooby-Doo flicks. But even though they were involved with all of them, and we have the same director working on all of these, Zombie Island is just, man, it is the best. And it was one that I just watched over and over and over again as a kid. Zombie Island is the shit. And there's real stakes and real emotion and actual, like, really good storytelling to this straight-to-DVD animated children's film. And did I mention Third Eyed Blind does the opening Where Are You, Scooby-Doo? It's great. This also has some of the best Scooby-Doo gags in like the history of Scooby-Doo, with the sandwich. They're both eating the poor boys, and Scooby eats Shaggy's half, or Scooby getting the frog stuck on his face. Just the animation is so good, and the visual gags are like really funny. Also, we gotta talk about it. Why is the food so good in this movie? Like, the cartoon food always rules, from Ninja Turtles to stuff like Doug. But in this, it's like, man, like, I could really eat what they're eating. I wouldn't eat hot peppers in all my, all my meals, but I guess I will now that Scooby and Shaggy do it. Even those stale-ass Scooby snacks. Give me one of them too, I'll take them. People also note that Zombie Island uses real ghosts and zombies and actual supernatural elements, which it does, and that's something that, again, credit to the storytellers for doing something new. But I will say 13 Ghosts with Scooby-Doo was a show that had those as well, and it also had Vincent Price. I would check that out. That's a great damn show, especially for the 70s and 80s. It's definitely of its time, but there's some great moments in that. Nonetheless, this is a movie that stays away from the meddling kids formula and adds some real stakes. This is a movie that features zombies, werecats, voodoo dolls, and other really spooky images and ideas. I can see why WB was a little concerned with how dark it was going, but goddamn does it pay off. Something I really like about this movie too is they openly mature the characters after the opening sequence, and they just move on with their lives. They go to college, Daphne's got a job, Fred helps her, and it's cool. They get to mature and do something with their lives, and it's not melodramatic like it is in the movies, which works for the movie, but I thought it was really mature to take these characters in a direction where they're allowed to grow. And when they get back together, there's pure joy getting back together with friends. I mean, even Shaggy and Scooby have real jobs as airport security. I'm sorry, how the fuck did these two dumb fucks acquire such a good job? And also the villains. The villains have solid motivation, and again, this is credit to how smart the film is written. The villains that you think are going to be the villains are really not. And when the story and the plot is revealed and the master plan, it's just like, damn, the film gets dark. I mean, it's got the Civil War and cat people and pirates. I mean, that's a lot. Look, I'm not saying this is like one of the best animated movies of the 90s or of all time or anything. But as far as Scooby-Doo movies go, oh yeah, this is a cut above the rest. And you know what? Fuck it. I guess for me, this would be a personal favorite Scooby-Doo movie and also personal favorite animated film. And watching it as an adult, I just have an appreciation for the animation, the direction, the writing. Like, all of it works. Like, it's not like A+ across the board. Sure, there's some coincidences here and there, and like it's a straight-to-DVD movie. It's something that you would have picked up at Blockbuster. But man, the filmmakers just put their heart and soul into this, and you can see it all over the screen. And it's 77-minute runtime. It does more than recent films like Scoob, for example, did. And I didn't mind Scoob, but I think there's something to be said that this straight-to-video animated movie did a lot more with the idea. So what's the point of this video? Zombie Island rules, guys. It really does, and you know that already. So what are you listening to me still for? Go out, rewatch it, rent it. You can buy it on Apple TV. I know it's hard to get on HD. There's no Blu-ray release. I think it's only DVD. But go ahead, rewatch it, and let me know your favorite scenes in this. What's your favorite moments? There's some great musical sequences, but overall, this is a movie that I felt nostalgic for, and I just wanted to talk about. I've seen so many people online talk about it, and I went ahead and I rewatch this every year. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be the next video. It's gotta be the next video. I gotta talk about this thing, and it lives up to everything that you remember as a kid. And I know when you watch things, it's with rose-tinted glasses in a way, but with this movie, it really does live up to everything you remember it being. Kick back, grab some stale-ass Scooby snacks, and watch Scooby-Doo, Zombie Island. It really does rule. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, watch the main show. We do a lot of really cool things in the main show. Tuesdays are more of a laid-back style session, just hang out, talk about some bad movies. And then Thursdays, we run down the movie news, me, Gabe, and Victoria, and we love doing that for you guys. Anyway, if you like what you see here, like I said, subscribe for more, and we will see you on the Thursday show.